All right, so Assalamu alaikum. We have Mr. Danish Jalbani again. Sorry, due to difficulties on Facebook Live, we are doing it offline for you guys. And he will be discussing about his journey on how he became a freelancer to a technical lead these days, and now how he moved to UAE and what he's doing these days, and how he's going to persuade on our youth, giving them advices on the entrepreneurship skills. So inshallah. Assalamu alaikum Danish. Thank you for sparing some time with us.
Walaikum salam, Rajpar. It's amazing to see how you have been doing, and mashallah. I'm glad to be here, being part of your journey also.
Thank you, thank you. How you been?
I've been good, and it's amazing to see that, how we have come far from the university days to here now, and alhamdulillah, I've been doing really great. The game has just changed, and you see the social media, the whole boom of content generation and everything. The world is more connected now. We're discussing much bigger problems together now with different nationalities, different religions, different sects. It's never been like this, and I'm so excited to be part of this time that we're living in and this industry that we're working in. And nobody must have thought, 6-7 years ago when we started doing our bachelor's or whatever we were pursuing at that time, nobody thought that this would become this big, and we will be talking like this one day.
Exactly. Nobody thought about that. We were in the same class, sharing the same classroom, sharing the desks, sharing the examination halls.
We did that.
Yeah, although we couldn't connect more after that, but after a while we are connecting back. We had a huge gap. A lot of things happened, change in your life. Would you like to discuss something about, how life changed for you?
Yeah, a lot of things happen, as you know that I've always been talking about. I've been cutting people off and talking. I talk awful lot. And that's what happened. That's what coming from a very small family, a middle class family. Although I'm a Jalbani, people expect me to be a feudal lord or something or politician, but I'm not. I come from an old city area of Karachi, where where I had to experience the real city, the real raw version of Karachi city itself. And I went to a private university, which you went to also, Iqra University, to do my bachelor's in computer sciences.
Yes.
And I used to talk a lot. I used to talk a lot of shit at that time, and I remember people telling me that programmers don't really talk, and they don't have to be really good at communication skills. Well, invite them to this video now and tell them, okay, look, there are two programmers sitting in.
They will be watching this. Yes.
Yeah. So the journey has been great. Since then, I learned a lot at the university. After that, as you know, in my final year, my father passed away, and that adversity at that time came as an opportunity, alhamdulillah, and it put me in a position, a tailor-made situation for a young guy to either go negative or go and do something with your life. And at that time, this realization from nowhere came upon, and I think that's how God planned it for me, and that's how it was always there in my head while living in the older cities of Karachi and the lanes of Karachi. I was always visualizing of going big. And not just in terms of going big with the money or going big with the bank or work, going big with the value, so that whatever we do in this life gives some value back to the country or to the world entirely. And that was the entire plan. When my father passed away, I had nothing to do except I knew that I could develop websites. At that time, I knew I could communicate, I could talk to people, and that's what I started doing. I started talking to people awful lot. And that got me a job at the same time in the university as a developer, and that got me many projects through different clients, in US and UK, and there began the entrepreneurial journey, the urge of being an entrepreneur. Even at that time, I didn't even know the word entrepreneur itself, and it came as a need, and it actually naturally grew over me. And soon after that, I realized I'm not born to say yes to my bosses, and
Exactly. Thank you for sharing that. So, coming from the background of Jalbani family, me being from pure Sindhi families, how would you elaborate, your journey coming out of the village life into the city, and then from city to UAE?
Well,
how struggling part you had to face?
I think I was never born in the village. I've never been to my village. Like I said, I don't belong to that political part of the family.
Gotcha.
However, I do belong to that same mentality, as we speak of Sindhi mentality, and guys don't really, most of them, not all of them, but most of them don't really tend to work when they have such strong family background in politics and in the local government of Pakistan.
Right.
However, I was the only guy in the beginning who went into computer sciences, came out as a web developer. I was the only guy who went to a private university without any influences, cleared it with a 3.5 CGPA. I was the only guy who said, who will go abroad and set up his own business and, want to do what nobody has ever done in my family, especially my father or my immediate family. And that I think came upon naturally to me. I just wanted to do something that nobody has ever done. I did not fit into their definition of a career. Their definition of a career of going for a government job. I don't blame them. Listen, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. And why do I say that? If you're happy with your life, if you're happy earning 44,000 a year, if you're happy earning 60,000 a year and you don't want more, you're happy coming from 9 to 5 job and spending time with your kids, spending time with your family or with your friends, it's fine. Not everybody has to become, something big. No, but not everybody wants to create Facebook. Not everybody should create Facebook or something as big as that.
Gotcha.
It's just about who you are. And very soon after my college, I realized this is not who I am. I'm just not. I was the black sheep of the family. I always knew that. I was always against the odds. I was always against their principles. I just knew it. I just knew that my path has to be decided by myself and nobody else will do it for me. So I just took the bait. When my father passed away, it was a need. It was a situation where I had to earn for the family, but it became an opportunity. There are no problems. There are only opportunities. Remember that. So whoever is listening to this, there are no problems. There are only opportunities. When my father passed away, the greatest adversity can come to a son is your father passing away, right? When you have to take care of the family while you grieve for your father. Totally understood. But that turned out to be an opportunity where I realized who I am, where self-awareness came into the play, and I became a 24/7 hustler. And until then, since then, it's been like 8 years now. I'm continuously hustling. I don't remember a single day when I'm not hustling, when I'm not talking to more clients, when I'm not talking to people about their needs, when I'm not talking to my clients and their applications, when I'm not talking to about people, people about the technology or just about life. All right. And I'm not talking. I would love to talk to non-technical people, not about technology, but also their experiences. What have they gone through? What have they learned from their experiences? And absorb that, and bring out some more value.
Right. So from some people's perspective, I remember, if I don't know if you remember, back in 2010, I was sitting with you after my examination. I was discussing my problem where, coming back from the background of Sindhi political family, how can I pursue in computers? I'm in computers, I'm stuck and all that. And you were the one who gave me a life-changing advice. You told
I
me
did?
that yes, you did, because I remember that, and I have mentioned you in previous chats with you, that you found the life-changing advice to me, saying that, you just told me that stick to one technology if you think that this is something that you want to pursue in, and just focus on one thing at one time. At that time, that advice really worked for me. But now what I want from you is that, a lot of youth is going to watch this, a lot of university students going to watch this. What will be your number one advice to, especially to Pakistani youth who are pursuing their careers or who are from either of these backgrounds, which is like a shaky? What will be your advice on entrepreneurship skills they can outside of them?
I'll say the same thing that I used to say in those days, and I still stick to it. Develop your communication skills, develop your people skills, because communicating to people is the most important thing in your life, no matter in which background you are. You come from a political background, you come from a non-political background, a poor family, a rich family. You want to become rich, you don't want to become rich, you want to go in a job, you want to become an entrepreneur. You need to be a people's person to be successful. Nobody in the history of any field, consider religion, business, politics, nobody has ever been successful without being a people's person. That's first thing. Second thing that I think is the most important thing is knowing yourself. Who do you think you are? I'm not saying be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be an entrepreneur because it was myself. I realized that I cannot say yes sir to the bosses. I realized that I see this business differently from others. My vision is completely different, and I want to pursue my vision till the end of my life. This is one life that you're going to get. You're not going to rebirth.
Right.
You're not going to die and born. Do you think there's only one question that everybody from every religion, every country will say one only will say the same answer? I'll ask you that question, Mohammed Rajpar.
Yes.
Mohammed Rajpar, do you think once you will die, you will live again?
No. It's only
And
one once. Yes.
everybody in the world will say the same thing, right? So you only have one life. And do you know, Mr. Mohammed Rajpur, when will you die?
No, I have no idea. But what I
You
know
have
is
no
that I have today, and I have to make it
right.
today.
Right now, Danish Albani giving this interview can die, right?
Yes.
So if I have each second to live, only single second to live and given by my God, why should I not make the most of it, right? So do what you are supposed to do, because you have to understand who you really are. Self-awareness is the key to success. You have to realize what you're made for. We're all made for something, right? We're
Right.
all crazy. We're all crazy, but different versions. So if Danish Albani is crazy about technology and wanted to become an entrepreneur, Mohammed Rajpar is good at databases and wants to create great online content, right? So maybe somebody is, a lot knowledgeable about games and should write about games and become the greatest guru of all time about video games. And there
Right.
should be someone about, who might want to, who knows a lot about furniture and is crazy about furniture and, should design furniture. So everybody should know what they're capable of, what Allah has made them to do, or whatever their religion they belong to, right? So it's all about self-awareness. My most important advice to everybody who is pursuing entrepreneurship, job, or anything, be self-aware. Know yourself.
Yeah, be potential, just find out your potential. These days, a lot of, I would say, students have been interacting with, and they don't know their potentials. It's,
One life,
yeah,
one life, buddy. One life. You're gonna listen to your parents. You're gonna listen to your friends, your siblings, your family. This is one life. People often ask me, why did you leave Pakistan? Why did you go to Dubai? Because my Dubai venture was supposed to be with my best friend, and my
right,
best friend just couldn't go with me at the very 11th hour. He said, I'm not going with you. And
right,
at that moment, people told me, you are not supposed to go. And
okay,
the reason was because I had a very comfortable job in Pakistan. I had a very comfortable life in Karachi, Pakistan. I had all the things that you can ask for at the age of 27 in Pakistan. I had a car, a home, a family, and a life to look forward to. But why did I go? Because I realized if I don't do this now, if I did not move to Dubai and experiment with my venture right now, I will regret this. Regret is poison, Rajpar. You
yes,
understand that? This is one life. You cannot regret. Regret is complete poison. And this is my advice to people. You're only going to live once. Be self-aware. This is only one-time chance. Do not do anything that you have to regret later. Simple as that.
right, right. So, Danish, a little bit, tell something about your UAE's experience. You've been to Dubai. What was the
Yeah.
cultural change, cultural shock? A lot of people get
Oh,
scared going out and abroad, see that they don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
How did you make a plan? Was it a plan? As you mentioned, you wanted to
Uh,
do something, but was it like
yeah.
long time plan, or it was just suddenly it clicked, or the opportunity came to you?
Well,
How did it
we
happen?
we used to we used to travel a lot to UAE because it was the easiest place to go and the cheapest one as well. I'll be honest. And uh, going out of Pakistan was never because we hated Pakistan or we hated Karachi for some reason. We
Right,
never we never hated our country. It's still one of the best countries. Uh, the only problem was I was not getting enough exposure, the kind of exposure that I wanted,
right,
and that's why I had to leave Pakistan and go in a bigger market. And that's what I tried with UAE. Why UAE?
uh-huh.
Because it was the most accessible market. And when you ask about what was the change that I of course the cultural shock, the professional shock is there, and
Right,
it hits you hard right in your nose. And in first few months you're down on your knees crying, but that is the time. That is the tailor-made situation for you to rise back up like a phoenix and become the successful person you want to be. You
right,
just have to believe in your vision, in what you want your life to be, in what you want your venture to be. If you're an entrepreneur or you're doing a job for a company, right? So you
Right.
just have to believe in all those ideas and keep going on.
One.
Yeah.
Yes, Danish, continue.
So that's the whole point. Going to UAE was shocking, definitely surprising when you're living in a country with all the comforts that you can imagine, and then you go to a country where you know nothing about, you feel like an alien. You don't speak their language, you don't eat their food, and then you don't have any friends over there. I had no friend and no family in the UAE, especially Dubai,
Right.
and it hit me hard right in my face. I mean, I was down in first 3 months on my knees. I still remember the fourth month of my startup over there. I was crying one night at 1 a.m. in the office, and I was thinking, like, what the hell have I done with my life? And the next morning, I was ready to go to the office again, start calling my clients, start doing the job, and start making more leads, start making more sales. 'Cause that's what you have to do. You have to live your vision with complete passion. You cannot just give up on it. You owe this to yourself.
Right.
And if I won't do it, I will feel this inside me when I'm about to die, or when I'm old, or when I'm sick. I will regret this. Regret is poison, as I said. You
Yeah.
cannot afford to you cannot afford to have any sort of regret in your life.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So thank you for sharing the UA's experience. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people back home want to go abroad for a job or things like that. They try to apply to, but number one fear that they have, as you said, it's a poison. They see it as a homesickness. You know, a lot of people struggle going that, especially
Homesickness is reality.
it is.
Homesickness is pure reality. The question that I want to ask these people is, homesickness is a problem, right? You go to a new place, it's natural to miss your home, it's natural to miss your family and your friends.
Yeah,
Just ask one question to yourself that I ask myself when I'm missing something.
yes,
Do you want your vision more than anything else or not? If
yeah,
you want what you believe in,
yes,
then you go for it. It is as simple as that. There's no star plus bullshit over here. There's no Indian comedy drama going on around, so you don't have to cry. And let me tell one thing to these people that cry and that complain.
right,
Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a shit. I'm sorry for the language. Nobody gives a shit if you're crying. The only people who will cry with you and who will give a shit about your crying are the people who are as loser as you are, right?
right,
So if
right.
you feel like, so little Barbie doll, if you feel like crying, go home, get in your room, cry as much as you can, but come out as a tiger, go back and fight, because that's what you're there for.
Right. Right. Thank you for clearing that point.
I'm sorry for the harsh words, but that's how it is. That's how it
No,
is.
when you are at a stage where you have crossed such stages like these, you struggle a lot. You have to be so aggressive on
Yeah,
words.
of course.
The person can take benefit out of it. It's
I
not that.
mean, you're asking someone to be an anomaly, right? You want to be different.
Yeah.
Not everybody goes abroad and becomes successful. Not everybody goes and reach their dreams, right? There are more than hundreds of thousands and millions of people suffering in 9 to 5 jobs.
True.
Not everybody becomes different. So if you want to be different, you have to go through different circumstances. That's how it is. As simple as that.
That's true. That's true. So, Danish, what's next in life for you?
What's next? I think in 1.5 years, my business have seen a lot of ups and downs. I started with a team, then I had to let go of that team because of finances and because of a lot of issues, because it was a remote team in Pakistan. Then I started on as a consultant. I'm doing good as that. I'm surviving in UAE. Now I have again a plan of forming a team of developers and a marketing personnel in UAE with me. Enough of being alone, and I think I have a strategy in mind with all this social media booming up and the content generation. I'm writing again.
Right.
As you might have remember, in university days, I used to write for different magazines and newspapers. At that time, I'm going to blog again. I'm trying to actually find some time, and this is a lame excuse, I know. I need to find some time to make some more video about my journey, my work that I do in UAE and the life in UAE.
Right.
So I'm working on a very new strategy. Let's see how that goes for my business. I want my foothold to be as strong enough in Dubai so that I can travel further. I can go in beyond UAE, not just for the sake of traveling or earning more money, but just to meet new people, explore new markets. That was the goal behind going to UAE. explore bigger markets. This is one life. Saying it again, one life. Cannot insist more on this. One life. I want to do as much as I can, and I'm the only guy. I'm alone, and that's how I think it should be done.
Right, right. Thank you for sharing that. So, last two questions for you. Number one is, sometimes what happens if a person goes abroad, there
Yeah.
are some family responsibility restrictions. How supportive your family was during your journey?
Uh, you want an honest answer or a fake answer to this
I
one?
want an honest answer because a lot of people have this question.
Uh, yeah. Listen, you're a Rajpar,
Yeah,
and I'm a Jalwani. We know this, right?
yes, we can relate.
I I belong to a very typical Sindhi family, and just like that, we have a lot of responsibilities as the man of the house, a lot of financial responsibilities, a lot of emotional responsibilities, and often your family do not support you the way they're supposed to. But that's how it is, right? It is how it is. They will not understand because they're not sharing that same vision with you. You
Right,
have to keep on creating that balance between the family harmony and the vision, because you cannot leave your vision, because it will take away your happiness and your life and everything with from you. And you cannot give up on your family responsibilities, because that's the game, right? That's why you're doing it. You're doing it for the family, for the responsibilities. That's the part of your vision. That's your dream includes your family in it. As a family man, you can understand that.
right.
So it was a mix and match. Initially, they were very supportive. Later on, when the things start going down the hill, they're not very supportive. They would want you to come back. They will miss you. They will cry for you. But at that time, as a man of the family, you have to hold strong. You have to understand that you're doing it for the family. You're doing it for the kids. You're doing it for your parents, and that's how you move further.
Yes, thank you. I hope that will clear a lot of misconceptions our viewers will have.
I hope so. I hope so. And I'm hoping that they comment on this video as well, as our live session couldn't be possible because,
Yeah,
the
but
technical
I'm
issue.
sure that they will take benefit out of it. So,
Yeah.
last questions to you. Inshallah, just give me a few points for those because we will try to stick to the technical part. We know Dubai is big. Gulf countries have a lot of opportunities if a person cannot go beyond. These are the reachable countries. What will be your, few steps, what you say, bullet point steps for those who are currently in universities or who are currently out of universities, finish their bachelors? How can they go step by step in few steps to either Gulf
Yeah.
countries or, or
Well, wherever they have to go,
yeah,
wherever they go, like even if they work in Pakistan, Pakistan is a blooming economy right now. I see a lot of how things are happening in Pakistan. Just for the next year election, I'm very hopeful if a stable government comes in,
uh-huh,
and I'm sure that government won't be of Sindhis.
uh-huh,
If that stable government comes in, it should flourish Pakistan further. Pakistan is doing great, but even if you're uh, attempting to travel further to USA, UK, Canada, UAE, wherever, you should remember one thing that I told Mohammed Rajpar. If you're
yeah,
in computer sciences,
yeah,
there is no other option but to stick to one area at least. If you want to stick to other areas, that's your quality, but at least one area, stick to it. Databases, programming, networking, designing. All right, these are like the four major ones, but there are other sub areas, like in programming you have software engineering, you have web development, then you have UI UX experts, then you have mobile application developers doing really great these days. So what do you want to become? What comes more naturally to you? I mean, at my time, web development came more naturally to me, and I'm sure for you, maybe databases have worked similar way.
yes,
So stick to at least one technology or one area of technology and go all in. Like if you're going for web development, learn it from top to bottom. Just learn it completely. And I don't mean learn 10 different programming languages,
right,
but you should be aware of what's in the market. So PHP and similar open source technologies has always been there, but
right,
recently Angular JS and Node.js has been making a lot of name. So learn that and learn what's upcoming. Learn the upcoming challenges and how you will recognize those challenges. You will have to look around yourself, see what the real world problems are, and try to solve those real world problems. Facebook came out of the need of a real world problem of communication that Mark Zuckerberg understood and leveraged on, right?
Yes.
WhatsApp came because of a real world problem, a real world scenario. It became an idea. So similar to something similar to that, and keep on developing your skills. It is an industry where you cannot sit constant, you cannot sit stagnant. Stagnance in this time in this industry is death. It's equal to death. So you have to keep on learning, keep on going to social media platform, keep connecting with your friends, with the industry leaders, and keep on reading, keep on learning new technologies, new use of technologies. That's the only greatest advice that I can give. And the constant advice to everybody, not just computer science students, be the people's person, be good in communication skills. It is the most mandatory thing. Without that, you can never reach anywhere.
Okay, yeah, appreciate the information and advice from you. So, just to add on to this, if a person like me is not getting an opportunity where I am, let's say I'm in Karachi, I'm in Islamabad, I'm in Pakistan,
Yeah.
and I'm not getting the opportunity, even though I have done a lot of certifications, I have a lot of skills, I get projects here and there, but I'm not getting a stable job. What should I do? What is your advice?
Well, there's always a reason why you're not getting a stable job. Either you're not good at presenting what you know,
Mm-hmm.
or either your skills are not good enough. So when your skills are not good enough, nobody else can tell you but yourself. You know it inside you that which technology is in the market and you don't know it. Start learning that technology, start becoming better at that technology. If you think it's the problem of presenting your work,
Right.
see the greats of your work. Like in databases, you definitely have a lot of videos out there, tutorials out there. See how they are presenting their work.
Right.
And I always tell people, they ask me questions like how to improve our communication skills. I just tell them to let go of all the fears that you have inside of what people will think because of the language. Do you think I would be able to speak the way I'm speaking on my first day of college? No, of course not. I mean, I was good at presentation, but of course my language was not this good. It became this good because of speaking constantly to clients and meeting new people. So people need to do that, keep improving. The reason they do not get jobs, the reason they constantly keep applying and do not get jobs, first reason of obviously economy. Economy is a bitch. Sorry for the language. But
Yes.
but secondly, it's always inside you. You know what the reason why you're not getting the job, right? You know that where you lack, you know if your communication skills are bad, you know if you do not know a certain technology that is required for the role of the job you're applying for.
Right.
Just improve of that. And there are many people who would want to start their own business, go abroad and become an entrepreneur. I would just tell them to start selling on these freelance platforms first.
Right.
Because without having any small entrepreneurial experience, you cannot just open up your company. Because in a company, there are many other departments which I didn't know of, which I never considered. And it hit me right in the face when I got to know that marketing, sales, HR, these are certain areas where a technical person like me was not very good at, and I had to learn through the journey, and I'm still learning. I'm not an expert at everything. I'm just, step by step, I'm still learning. So
Right.
be very aware of the surrounding. Be very aware of what's happening around
Right. Right. So thank you, Danish. So whoever is listening, these are the advices from Danish Ilbani. Let's conclude this interview.
you.
Uh,
Yeah,
Whoever is watching, just try to be a people's person. If you have any skills, try to enhance, advance, upgrade yourself. Try to see a lot of information. There's a lot of information out there on YouTube, a lot of PDF books. Or if you can't understand, you have to go to a mentor, whoever you feel like. Go to somebody who can guide you. Get a teacher. A lot of information, a lot of resources are back home where we can take benefit out of it. And
yeah,
if you want to be an entrepreneur, want to start a business, definitely, social media these days is a lot, is having an impact these days to a lot of us. And you don't have to, invest a huge money on it. You really have to start, gain experience, and inshallah,
yeah.
just take action. And, things will
Actually, just be self-aware. I would say,
exactly.
just know who you are. If you don't know who you are, nobody can help you. Not Rajpur, not Jalbani. Nobody can help you.
Right.
You
Try
have
to
to
find yourself. Try to
and
look.
one thing that I want to insist on, people ponder a lot over the past, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you had a lot of opportunities to ponder over the past. My father passed away. I hated my first job, which and I also went 2 months to a job in a company that has an X in its name. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So and I even worked for them for 2 months, and I left when I realized how disgusting they are, right?
That's right.
So I could ponder over the past and cry in my home, but nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to listen to you when you're complaining. All right.
Exactly.
So there's an advice. If you like to complain, just record when you're complaining. Record your video and watch it later on. You will hate yourself.
That's
You
one thing.
do not complain. If you have a problem, it's an opportunity. It's if there's an adversity there, that's a weapon. Use it for the opportunity and go and get what you want.
All right. Thank you, Danish Albani. Inshallah, we'll try to finish here.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, spending some time with us today.
It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure.
And I hope everybody is going to take some benefit out of it. If you guys have any questions, just comment below, inshallah, in the post, and we'll try to connect back to you if you have any questions, if you are struggling at some part, if you want to, explore some advancements on social media technologies or entrepreneurship skills. Definitely just be in touch with me, and then just comment below. So people like Mr. Jalbani are out there to help.
Yeah.
So a lot of resources are out there. So just try to take benefit now. It's not a concise world; it's an open world now. So you
Yeah.
have to, you have to be in the market, represent
Yeah.
yourself, and come out of your comfort zone.
You have all the weapons you need. Just go and fight.
Fight, exactly.
Yeah.
Fight. So fight for
Yeah.
yourself now, inshallah.
Fight for yourself. Thank you so much, Mohammed
Thank
Rajpar.
you, Mr. Zalwani, and we'll connect back one more time, inshallah. Anyway,
All right. See you soon, boy.
all right.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks, man.